Alright, here we are. Finally, I'm doing a video on how I change my transmission fluid. Specifically, I'm doing a drain and flush here. So safety first, I'm chalking the wheels. Don't want to roll away vehicle. As you can see, the CRV is on ramps, and that's ideal so you get more moving space underneath the vehicle for when you drain the fluid, whether you're doing an oil change or any other fluid drain down there. I've got my drain pan, and I'm trying to show you here that it does denote the amount of fluid drained into it. For me, that ended up being around 3.5 to 3.6 quarts. And so that's a value I use to determine how much fluid I fill back into it. Finally got it loose. Yes, I finally got this thing loose. That was so hard. There we go. Out it comes. It's the transmission fluid coming out. It doesn't look totally black. Alright. I'm gonna set this aside and just let it drain out. It's all coming out now. All of it. You can see here all the gunk that's stuck to this magnet. Okay, so I'm wiping this down now. Unbelievable, actually, how much metal is in there. I'm gonna use my hands to wipe it down here. Go ahead and wipe it down. Like so. There we go. Looks cleaner and fresher than before. It's kind of out of focus, but yeah. And now we're gonna replace our washer, put her back in. So let's go ahead and do that now. 3.5 quarts of transmission fluid, maybe a little more. So I'm going to set this aside, keep it just in case, and we'll put in the fresh transmission fluid once we get the drain plug back on. Figure out how to put on the washer correctly. And, should be good to go. Okay, we got the torque wrench set up to 36 Newton meters. or 36 pound feet. I'm gonna go ahead, torque her up until it clicks, and then we're done. I think that's it. Alright, I gotta be extra careful here with the placement of the funnel. So I made sure that it sits inside the tube so the fluid goes where it needs to. There we go. It's hard to see, but it's in there. I'm gonna pour in the fluid. See how much clearer this fluid is than the old stuff. It's amazing. Alright. We're on number 1. We got a few more to go. Approximately 2.5. We are 2 down. We got about 1.5 quarts to go. maybe a little bit more. We'll find out exactly how much it is. But based on the drain pan, it looked like about 3.6, 3.5, 3.6, maybe even 3.8. We'll check the dipstick afterwards. Want to make sure it's on the right level. Yep, it looks like cherry juice or something. It looks very bright red. Almost looked purple, especially with the gray backdrop. Let it out. Alright, we've put in 3 bottles full. I always like to close these back up because I don't like dripping all over the place. Just like to be a little bit considerate. I'm glad I bought some cardboard so I didn't have to stain the ground. Okay. Also, having cardboard underneath you is important, unless you want to scratch up your back. Okay, so this is our last one. We can see here how much is left in it. It's still full right now. I'm gonna put in up until about here, bravely. So I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna load her up with some transmission fluid, probably about half a quart or so, 40% of a quart. This is milliliters. So we'll do about 400 milliliters. It's a little less because it's only 946 total. So 346 milliliters. Let's do that. Following that, we're going to slow down. I don't want to put too much in there. I don't want to increase the pressure on the transmission too much. Okay. All right. So as you can see, that's about 200 milliliters right there that we've already put in. I'm going to put in a little bit more. Okay. All right. We're still good. I'm going to put in just a tiny bit more. And since it looked like a lot, I'm going to put in another 50 or so milliliters for now. So, all right, that'll do it for now. Maybe just a tiny bit more. Now I'll let it all drain down and then we'll start it up, run her through the gears, and take a little drive. I'm going to check the dipstick before I take that little drive though. Just put the dipstick back in its place. I'm going to go through the gears now. Cycling through the gears. Now we're in drive. Got my brake, my foot on the pedal. I'm going to put it in second gear. First, second again, drive, neutral, reverse, park. Okay, this is supposed to kind of redistribute the fluid all throughout the transmission and the valve body, from my understanding. So I hope that works. Okay, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and get off these ramps that I'm on. As you can see, I'm pretty slanted right now, although it's hard to see on the camera. But anyway, back in drive, so I don't need that. Neutral, reverse, all right. Back in park. Okay. Definitely heard something, but I think that was the engine. My engine is a little bit loud when it's revving. Okay. A little bit inconsistent. Okay, let's go back in reverse. I'm gonna get off these things right here. Oh, got the parking brake on. Okay, I'm gonna press the gas subtly. I'm gonna get off here, off these ramps. All right, I'm off the ramps. All right, now I'm just gonna put the ramps back in the boot and we'll get going. course, I'm going to clean up after myself after all this is said and done. I'm going to lock myself out here. Always roll down the window, because these CRV locks love to lock themselves.